What women think about men, secrets to understanding, attracting, and inspiring devotion. Part 1. Emotional and psychological views of women about men. Every man, deep in his heart, wonders. What do women truly think about us? Not just in a moment of desire, but over the long span of emotional, psychological, and romantic connection. What moves them? What disappoints them? What makes a woman's heart open? What makes it quietly close forever? This is not a video about tricks or shallow tactics. This is not about pickup lines or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about a deeper understanding. If you are a man who wants to grow, evolve, and become a stronger, wiser, and more irresistible version of yourself, then this is for you. We are going to dive into what women emotionally, psychologically, and even romantically experience when they look at men. What attracts them, what pushes them away, what gives them peace, and what ignites their fire. You won't find sugarcoating here. You'll find truth backed by human nature, psychology, experience, and emotional honesty. Let's begin. Part 1. Emotional and psychological views of women about men. 1. Women crave emotional safety, not just physical strength. Every woman, regardless of how she looks or what background she comes from, has one core emotional need: to feel safe. This does not only mean safety from danger, it means emotional stability. A woman feels drawn to a man who can hold his ground, who doesn't overreact, who doesn't crumble in chaos. A man who is calm when she is emotional. A man who doesn't judge her feelings, but doesn't lose himself in them either. Men often think they must fight, win, or prove themselves with words. But for women, emotional presence is more powerful than 1,000 speeches. 2. Women are attracted to purpose-driven men. One of the deepest psychological truths is this: women fall in love with men who are in love with their purpose. A man with no direction is like a boat without a sail. He drifts. He waits for approval. He follows the crowd. But a man on a mission? He commands energy. He walks with vision. Even if he's not rich or famous, he radiates a magnetic strength. When a man has a goal that fuels him, whether it's building a career, creating art, or becoming a better human, women notice. They may not say it, but they feel it. Because purpose equals power. 3. Women respect emotional intelligence over ego. The old idea that real men don't cry or never show feelings is outdated. But that doesn't mean men must become overly emotional or lose control. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions. Respond instead of react. Stay calm under pressure. See through another person's feelings without being controlled by them. Women admire a man who can feel without falling apart, and listen without judging. They are drawn to men who are not led by ego, but who know themselves deeply. 4. Women love men who see them as people, not projects. Many men make the mistake of trying to fix women. They offer solutions when she only wants to be understood. Or they try to change her when what she needs is space to express. The truth is, a woman is not a puzzle to solve. She is a person with a full world inside her: emotions, doubts, dreams, fears, and love. A man becomes deeply attractive when he listens, not with the goal to reply, but with the desire to connect. Women fall for men who are present, who pay attention, who look in their eyes and say, "I see you. I hear you. And I'm not trying to fix you, I'm just here with you." 5. Women dislike emotional insecurity and weakness in disguise. Here's a psychological truth. A woman can feel when a man is insecure but trying to hide it. He becomes defensive. He gets jealous. He needs validation constantly. He tries too hard to impress. This energy may attract attention for a moment, but it creates emotional exhaustion over time. What women truly want is a man who owns his space, not because he's perfect, but because he accepts himself. 6. Women are drawn to calm power, not loud control. The world teaches men that being loud, aggressive, or overly dominant makes them alpha. But true psychological strength comes from calm power. A calm man who speaks softly but firmly, who doesn't chase attention, who moves with confidence without boasting, this man creates emotional gravity. He pulls people in without needing to push. Women feel emotionally safe around him, but also intrigued. They sense that he has depth, direction, and discipline. 7 Women can read energy better than you think. Never forget this. A woman often understands your emotional state faster than you do. She senses when your confidence is real and when it's just a mask. She feels when you are pretending to be strong and when you're actually at peace inside. You cannot fake your way into a woman's heart. But you can grow into the man she truly respects. 8 Women want a man who leads himself first. Psychologically, women want a man who can lead not just her, but himself. That doesn't mean controlling her. It means making decisions with clarity. Staying true to your path. Having principles and boundaries. Leading your life with direction and values. A man who leads himself is not afraid of being alone, because he knows he has something bigger inside. This is the man women want to walk beside, not because they need to, but because they choose to. 9 Women notice details that reveal your inner world. You might think women only care about your face, car, or income. But real women, those worth your time, are looking for signals. How you treat waiters and strangers. How you speak when you're angry. What you do when you lose. How you react when she's emotional. These small moments tell her who you really are, far more than the big things you try to impress her with. 10 Women want a man who doesn't lose himself in love. This is one of the most misunderstood areas. Many men think being romantic means giving up everything, abandoning themselves for the woman they love. But when a man loses his identity for a woman, she begins to lose attraction. Why? Because women want to feel chosen, not needed. They want a man who has his own path and invites her into it, not one who clings to her like a lifeline. When you remain grounded in your own life, passions, and principles, she respects you. And from respect, attraction grows. Part 2. Romantic and sexual thoughts of women about men. What really attracts, excites, and holds a woman's attention? When it comes to attraction, most men focus only on the surface level: looks, money, status. But deep female desire is not built on wealth or appearance alone. It is built on something far more powerful: psychological, emotional, and energetic connection. In this section, we explore how women experience sexual and romantic desire, what turns them on mentally, what draws them in emotionally, and how men can develop a magnetic presence that captivates and holds the interest of young, beautiful, intelligent women. Let's uncover the real truths without fantasy, without fake promises, just grounded and inspiring insights every man should know. 1. Sexual attraction begins in the mind. For women, arousal is not just physical, it is deeply psychological. This means her desire for a man is often tied to how he makes her feel about herself, what kind of emotional world he creates, how secure, safe, and stimulated she feels around him. A man who understands this becomes powerful. Because it's not about being a model, it's about being a man who knows how to create emotional space and mental presence. 2. Confidence is more attractive than physical beauty. You don't have to be the most handsome guy in the room. But you do have to be the most rooted in who you are. Confidence is not arrogance. It's quiet certainty. It's the way you enter a room without needing to prove anything. Speak slowly and clearly, without rushing. Stand tall and meet eyes without fear. Women are drawn to confidence like moths to a flame because it signals security, self-worth, and emotional power. If you want a beautiful woman's attention, don't ask yourself, am I good enough? Ask, am I grounded enough in who I am that she will feel grounded near me? 3. Mystery is more powerful than full exposure. One of the most misunderstood qualities is this. Men who reveal too much too soon kill attraction. Why? Because women are emotional explorers. They want to discover you, unfold your layers, feel your depth over time. When you tell her your whole life story in the first meeting, when you overshare your pain without trust, when you constantly seek reassurance, she feels overwhelmed or bored. But when you hold back just a little, not to be manipulative, but to remain rooted in your self-worth, you create space for curiosity. And curiosity creates attraction. For voice, energy, and presence matter more than words. You don't need to say poetic things to impress women. You need to speak with intention, clarity, and calm energy. A deep, relaxed voice. A measured pace. Silence when needed. Looking her in the eye, without fear or rush. These things, tone, posture, gaze, say far more than words ever can. Women don't just hear what you say, they feel how you say it. Your voice is your signature. Make it strong, grounded, and free of desperation. 5 Women feel aroused by emotional leadership, not control. There is a key difference between control and leadership. Control comes from fear. Leadership comes from grounded self-worth. When a man leads with confidence, makes decisions, protects, provides calm direction, a woman feels safe to surrender, emotionally and romantically. This doesn't mean dominating her. It means you create structure, presence, and emotional strength that she can lean on. She's not looking for a tyrant. She's looking for a king, someone who leads his own life, and invites her to walk beside him. 6 Women want masculine energy, not toxic masculinity. Masculine energy is not about being aggressive, violent, or ego-driven. Real masculine energy means taking responsibility, protecting what matters, speaking less, acting more, facing discomfort with courage, being strong without being cruel. When a man embodies these things, a woman feels polarity, the electric attraction between masculine and feminine. She doesn't just see you. She feels your power. And that's what ignites her desire. 7 Scent, grooming, and body language. 7 Scent, grooming, and body language, subtle but powerful signals. Most men underestimate the effect of small physical details. But for women, these are essential. Clean grooming. A signature scent, masculine, clean, subtle. Calm, open body posture. Good hygiene and dress sense. These things say, I take care of myself. I respect myself. That respect translates directly into how she feels about you. It's not about wearing expensive clothes, it's about presence, hygiene, posture, scent, and confidence. 8 High-quality women are not attracted to desperation. Here's a golden rule. Neediness is the enemy of attraction. If you chase too hard, if you beg for attention, if you try to buy her love with gifts or compliments, she will slowly pull away. Women want to be desired, not worshipped. They want to be chosen, not chased down like a prize. The more a man holds his frame and invites her in without pressure, the more a woman feels intrigued, respected, and interested. 9 Women want to be seen as more than just physical beings. Ironically, even though women are physical and sexual beings, they don't want to be objectified. They want to feel that a man is attracted to their mind, energy, and essence, not just their body. When a man genuinely connects with her thoughts, ideas, personality, it unlocks a deeper level of romantic and sexual connection. Touching a woman's mind is the gateway to touching her heart, and only then, her body. 10 Short-term versus long-term desire. Understand the difference. Some men can create instant excitement, loud confidence, flashy looks, fast words. But that attraction burns out fast. Other men might not be exciting at first glance, but their depth, vision, and character grow on a woman over time, until she realizes, this is the man I want, not just tonight but forever. The key is to combine the best of both. Have enough mystery, energy, and masculinity to ignite interest. But also build the emotional depth, purpose, and discipline to keep her respect. That's how you become a man who is both desired and loved. Part 3. What women admire most about men. Traits that ignite respect, trust, and long-term attraction. There is something incredibly powerful about a man who walks with quiet purpose. A man who doesn't need to impress, yet leaves a lasting impression. A man who may not be perfect, but is consistent, growing, and grounded. Women, especially emotionally intelligent, strong, beautiful women, don't just look for attraction. They look for inspiration. They don't just want excitement, they want to admire the man standing beside them. This part of the essay focuses on the traits women respect, qualities they find unforgettable, and the inner strength that creates devotion. These aren't fantasies. These are the real-world qualities that build love, loyalty, and lasting desire. Let's break them down. 1. Women admire a man with vision, purpose, direction, focus. These are not just masculine traits, they are magnetic. A man with a vision doesn't need to chase women. His energy draws them in. Why? Because women are emotionally attracted to security, and nothing feels more secure than a man who knows where he is going, what he believes in, what he's willing to fight for. This doesn't mean you need to be rich or famous. It means you have inner ambition. You are working on something. You are building a life. You are not wandering, you are walking forward. That direction inspires women. They want to be part of it, to grow beside it, to support it, to admire it. 2. Women admire emotional strength, especially in crisis. It's easy to be calm when life is good. But a man's true strength is revealed when everything falls apart and he does not. When she cries, you hold her without breaking yourself. When life hits hard, you don't panic, you adapt. When emotions rise, you don't explode, you respond with quiet clarity. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means regulating them. You are not a slave to anger, fear, or insecurity. You control your energy. That emotional maturity is extremely attractive to women. It says, I can protect you. Not just from the world but from the chaos inside myself. 3. Women respect discipline and self-control. A man who is controlled by his desires, women, food, laziness, ego, is a man easily manipulated. But a man who controls himself? That's a rare and powerful force. You say no to distractions. You train your body and mind. You control your habits, your words, and your urges. This discipline sends a message. I lead myself. I do not need someone else to shape me. Women respect that deeply. Because if you can master yourself, she knows you will not betray her, lie to her, or lose yourself in addiction or weakness. 4. Women admire gentle masculinity. Some men think strength means being cold, harsh, or dominant. But women are far more drawn to masculine men who know when to be gentle. Strong arms that can fight but choose to hold her softly. A sharp mind that can argue but chooses to listen. A tough heart that can win but chooses to love. This contrast, power mixed with peace, is unforgettable. It's what we see in great fathers, wise kings, and noble warriors. Not boys who act tough, but men who walk gently, because they know their strength is already understood. 5. Women admire men who protect, not possess. A real man doesn't try to own a woman. He protects her freedom, her voice, her dignity. He doesn't cage her, he creates a kingdom around her. He shields her from the world, not because she's weak, but because he loves deeply. He stands up for her, not to prove himself, but to honor her. He creates peace around her emotionally, physically, mentally. This protective energy, when it's grounded in love, not insecurity, awakens deep respect and trust. 6. Women are drawn to men who keep their word. In a world full of talkers, a man who follows through is a rare gem. You said you'd call and you did. You made a promise and you kept it. You show up on time. You follow through. You stand by your word. This isn't about perfection. It's about integrity. Women fall in love with men they can count on, not just in the good times, but when life gets hard. And the more consistent your actions are, the more deeply she respects and desires you. 7 Women respect quiet power over loud ego. Some men think they need to prove themselves loudly, showing off cars, money, muscles, or achievements. But the most powerful men don't raise their voices. They don't brag. They don't dominate the room. They simply exist, and their presence speaks louder than any words. Women can feel this energy. It's called presence, the calm, quiet confidence of a man who doesn't seek approval, doesn't fear rejection, doesn't need to impress. This kind of power creates respect, admiration, and lasting interest. 8 Women adore men with playful masculinity. Just as much as they love depth and discipline, women also love a man who can laugh, play, tease, and flirt. A playful look across the table. A light tease during conversation. A confident smirk that says, "I see you." These things spark romantic tension. They bring youthful joy into the connection. Playfulness is a sign of freedom, emotional freedom, confidence, and balance. It says, "I can handle life, but I don't take it too seriously. And with me, you'll smile." 9 Women deeply admire ambition and growth. A man who is always becoming more skilled, more wise, more emotionally evolved is endlessly attractive. Women respect men who read books, learn new skills, invest in personal development, have big dreams and chase them relentlessly. This kind of growth mindset shows her that you are not stuck, not stagnant. You're building. You're becoming. You're on a journey, and she wants to walk with a man who's going somewhere meaningful. 10 Women are inspired by men who lead with heart. At the deepest level, women admire men who are strong in spirit and soft in soul. You can face pain without running. You can express love without fear. You can serve others without losing yourself. This kind of leadership isn't about authority, it's about inspiration. You inspire her with how you treat people. You move her with how you live your life. You awaken her admiration by being a man who stands for something greater than himself. Part 4. Men's weaknesses from the female perspective. Habits that repel attraction, destroy trust, and drain masculine power. As men, we often try to hide our weaknesses. We pretend to be stronger than we are. We cover our insecurities with ego, silence, or anger. But here's the truth. Women see through it. They feel the weakness behind the words. They sense the cracks beneath the confidence. They pick up on signals we don't even know we're sending. This section is not meant to shame or discourage you. It's meant to wake you up. To help you identify the traits that quietly kill your power and attraction, and show you how to overcome them with honor, maturity, and growth. These are the things that turn women off, emotionally and sexually. These are the hidden reasons why many men lose respect, love, or connection with women over time. Let's begin. 1. Neediness and emotional dependency. When a man relies on a woman to feel worthy, complete, or happy, she will feel it and pull away. Constantly texting for reassurance. Feeling anxious when she's silent. Expecting her to solve your emotional pain. Always needing her to validate your worth. This energy feels heavy. It places pressure on her to carry your confidence. But women aren't attracted to men who need them, they're drawn to men who choose them from a place of wholeness. Overcome this by learning to find peace and purpose within yourself first. Then invite her into your life, not as your rescue but as your partner. 2. Lack of direction or purpose. A man without direction quickly becomes boring, unattractive, and forgettable in the eyes of a woman. No goals. No passions. No hunger for growth. No personal vision. Women may enjoy your company briefly, but without forward motion, their admiration fades. Because women admire men who build something even if it's small. They want to feel that you are moving towards something, not just existing. Even if you're at the beginning, show her that you're on a mission. Not just to get her, but to build your life. 3. Emotional reactivity. One of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect is to be emotionally unstable. You get angry too easily. You sulk when she's distant. You act out when things don't go your way. This shows a lack of emotional leadership. Women want to feel emotionally safe around you, not like they have to walk on eggshells. When you lose your temper, act needy, or can't handle your own emotions, you lose her trust and attraction. Strength is not about hiding your feelings. It's about handling them with grace and maturity. 4. Trying too hard to impress. Men who are always performing, showing off, or trying to prove their value appear insecure. Bragging about money or status. Over-complimenting just to get attention. Changing your personality to fit what she wants. These behaviors reek of desperation, and women can smell it a mile away. Instead of trying to impress, try to express. Share your truth. Stand in your values. Speak clearly and let your actions speak louder than your words. A calm, grounded man doesn't need to prove anything, and that, in itself, is irresistible. 5. Fear of boundaries and leadership. Some men are so afraid of losing a woman that they say yes to everything. They avoid conflict. They let her lead everything. They stop expressing their true needs. This nice guy energy might feel safe at first, but it eventually leads to resentment, confusion, and loss of attraction. Women do not want to lead the relationship. They want to feel your leadership emotionally, spiritually, and directionally. That means saying no when needed. Speaking up when something bothers you. Leading plans and conversations. Setting and honoring your own standards. A man who lacks boundaries becomes forgettable. A man with calm, kind leadership becomes unforgettable. 6. Over-sexualizing or objectifying women. Many men lose a woman's respect because they can't see her beyond her body. Making sexual comments too soon. Focusing on her looks instead of her mind. Texting inappropriately without emotional connection. This is not masculinity, it's immaturity. Women are sexual beings. But they want to be desired for who they are, not just what they look like. When a man reduces a woman to a physical fantasy, she loses trust. And without trust, there is no intimacy. If you want to attract sexy, beautiful, feminine women, respect their dignity first. Make her feel safe, admired, and seen. 7. Inconsistency and broken words. If you say one thing and do another, she notices. If you make promises and don't follow through, she remembers. If you act strong one day and disappear the next, she stops trusting. Inconsistency is not just unattractive, it's emotionally dangerous. Women are wired to seek emotional stability. That's why even small broken promises like not replying when you said you would can slowly erode her respect. To reclaim power, be a man who follows through. Say less. Do more. Keep your word like it's sacred. 8. Disrespecting herself or others. Women notice how you treat people who can't help you. Rude to waiters. Dismissive to strangers. Loud and arrogant with friends. These behaviors speak volumes. They say, this man lacks inner peace. He needs to dominate others to feel strong. On the other hand, kindness with strength is magnetic. Women respect men who are gentle with the world, but powerful within themselves. Who can hold their ground without stepping on others. Who speak with strength, but never with cruelty. 9. Emotional laziness and stagnation. If you're not growing, evolving, or challenging yourself, a woman will feel it. You don't read. You don't work out. You complain but never change. You avoid discomfort and stay stuck. Over time, this laziness creates boredom. She wants to feel inspired by the man she's with, not like she has to drag you forward. A woman doesn't expect perfection. But she wants to see effort, fire, and forward motion. The greatest gift you can give a woman is the man you are becoming, not the man you're stuck as. 10. Trying to own her instead of walk beside her. The most tragic mistake is trying to possess a woman instead of love her. Controlling what she wears. Getting jealous over harmless things. Being threatened by her independence. These behaviors don't show love, they show fear. And women are repelled by fear disguised as control. Real masculinity is secure enough to let her be free and powerful enough to lead a relationship based on mutual trust, not emotional cages. Part 5. How to attract young, beautiful, and feminine women. Become a man who naturally draws her attention, desire, and devotion. Every man wants to be noticed. But very few understand what truly makes a woman, especially a beautiful, confident, emotionally intelligent woman, feel drawn in. It's not just money. Not just looks. Not just words. It's energy. It's presence. It's purpose. It's the way you walk, speak, breathe, and live. It's who you are becoming when no one is watching. This section is not about tricks or manipulation. It's about building a life, energy, and character so powerful she can't help but notice you. Let's begin. 1. Start with your mission, not the woman. Before you think about attracting a beautiful woman, focus on your path. A man without a mission will always chase women. A man on a mission will always attract them. Women are magnetically drawn to a man who is obsessed with building something. His business. His art. His body. His spiritual peace. His vision of the future. This passion makes you rare. You're not looking for escape, you're creating something powerful. The woman doesn't become your life, she becomes part of your growing kingdom. 2. Cultivate unshakable inner confidence. Confidence isn't loud. It isn't showy. It isn't about pretending. True confidence is quiet certainty. It's knowing you are enough, whether she stays or leaves. You don't need to impress, because your presence is already power. You walk with peace, not because life is easy, but because you've trained your mind. This inner confidence is rare and women can feel it instantly. To build it, keep promises to yourself. Face discomfort with courage. Practice presence and self-awareness. Build competence through skill, knowledge, and experience. When you radiate calm certainty, you become deeply attractive. 3. Master your body language and voice. You don't need fancy words. You need powerful nonverbal presence. Stand tall with shoulders back. Move slowly and deliberately. Speak with rhythm, calm, and clarity. Use eye contact without fear. Smile not out of nervousness, but out of self-assurance. These subtle signals communicate everything. I am grounded. I am in control. I am not chasing, I'm choosing. A woman feels more than she hears. Train your body and voice to speak confidence without effort. 4. Embody masculine energy without force. Feminine women are drawn to masculine polarity, a man who is focused, calm, decisive, passionate, emotionally stable. You don't need to dominate. You need to lead with presence. Masculine energy says, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I don't need you, but I'd love to share my world with you. This energy draws her in, not because she needs protection but because your groundedness awakens her femininity. 5. Take control of your appearance and health. Women love a man who takes care of himself, not for vanity, but for discipline. Clean grooming. Signature scent. Fitted, masculine clothes. Good posture. Healthy body, not perfection, progress. These things communicate self-respect, discipline, sexual energy. A beautiful woman often takes care of herself. She wants a man who values his appearance not to impress others, but because he holds himself to a higher standard. 6. Speak with purpose, not performance. When you speak, let it come from truth, not performance. Don't over-explain. Seek approval. Try to be funny if you're not. Do. Speak clearly and concisely. Ask thoughtful questions. Hold space for silence. Say what you mean. Mean what you say. Women are drawn to men who use words like warriors use swords sparingly, intentionally, and with impact. 7. Create mystery by holding back your entire story. The fastest way to lose attraction is to overshare too soon. Keep parts of yourself hidden, sacred, and private, not as a game, but as a standard. Let her earn your story. Let her lean in with curiosity. Let her wonder what else is beneath the surface. Mystery is not silence. It's depth. And women crave the adventure of discovering a man layer by layer. 8. Develop emotional leadership. 8. Develop emotional leadership. When she's anxious, you remain calm. When she's confused, you bring clarity. When she pulls away, you don't chase. You hold your frame. This emotional leadership makes her feel safe even if she doesn't consciously understand it. She thinks, I can feel everything, and he will still be here, rooted, unshaken, loving, strong. This is where love and desire meet. 9. Don't chase, create magnetic pull. If you chase a woman, she will run. If you lead your life with strength, focus, and joy, she will feel drawn. Pull, don't push. Build your purpose. Shine in your energy. Make her feel invited, not forced. Let your silence be strong. Let your distance create curiosity. Let your life be so rich, she wants to be part of it. 10. Be willing to walk away and mean it. The ultimate power in attraction is non-attachment. When a man can walk away not out of fear, but out of self-worth, women respect him deeply. Not because he's cold, but because he values himself enough to never beg for what isn't real. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about being okay with losing something that doesn't serve your purpose. That power? Unforgettable. Final thoughts? You now understand what draws a beautiful, feminine woman to a man. It's not what you say. It's not how you look. It's who you are becoming. The more you build emotional strength, masculine energy, purposeful living, deep presence, calm confidence, the more you will become the kind of man she can't forget and doesn't want to. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real, consistent, growing, grounded. That's the man she's waiting for. Part 6. How to keep a woman interested long term. The art of emotional leadership, growth, and lasting masculine presence. Attracting a woman is a moment, but keeping her desire alive is a lifetime practice. Too many men change after the relationship begins. They relax. They get lazy. They stop growing. They stop leading. They forget what made her admire them in the first place. But the most powerful, confident, masculine men? They continue becoming more. And that's what keeps a woman not just loyal but emotionally and sexually engaged for years. Let's explore the timeless principles that create enduring love, desire, and respect. 1. Never stop leading yourself. A woman falls for a man who leads his own life. She stays in love with a man who never stops leading himself forward. Keep learning. Keep training. Keep building your mission. Keep sharpening your skills and mind. When a man stops evolving, he becomes predictable. When he becomes predictable, he becomes boring. But when he continues to grow, he becomes an endless mystery, someone she's always discovering, respecting, and admiring. Be the man she can watch rise, again and again. 2. Consistency is more attractive than intensity. You don't need to constantly impress your woman. You just need to be consistent in presence, communication, values, sexual and emotional energy. Many men start strong but fade quickly. They give gifts, attention, passion, and then disappear emotionally once they feel safe. This tells her you were pretending. That you were acting to get her, not expressing your real self. But when your strength is steady even when life is hard, she begins to feel safe and cherished at a deep level. And in that safety, love grows. 3. Remain a challenge, not a problem. A mistake many men make is confusing challenge with conflict. Being a challenge means you have standards. You speak your truth with love. You don't let her walk over you. You call her into her highest self. But being a problem means you start fights out of insecurity. You constantly criticize or complain. You expect her to carry your emotional weight. A real man knows how to create emotional tension that awakens desire, not stress. He challenges her to grow, but holds space for her emotions with strength and calmness. 4. Protect her emotions, not just her body. To keep a woman's love and trust, you must protect more than her safety, you must guard her heart. That means listening deeply, validating her emotions, speaking gently in tough moments, never using her vulnerabilities against her. When a woman feels emotionally seen, safe, and valued, she opens mentally, sexually, spiritually. This type of connection creates lifelong loyalty and depth. 5. Keep the polarity alive. Masculine and feminine polarity is the electric charge between you. The moment you become too passive, let her lead everything. Stop claiming your masculine power. The sexual energy begins to fade. Polarity stays alive when you lead with clarity. Bring calm direction. Own your desire. Stay present, focused, and strong. Even after years together, women still want to feel like a feminine woman around a masculine man. Keep that energy alive. Not by dominating her but by owning your grounded strength daily. 6. Bring adventure, humor, and lightness. Long-term relationships often die in the weight of daily routine. A man who keeps a woman's love alive knows how to bring surprise, playfulness, adventure, laughter. Even small things, a spontaneous drive, a new idea, a playful text can reignite the spark. A woman wants to feel like life with you is not just secure, but fun, exciting, and emotionally rich. Be the man who brings the storm and the sunshine. The warrior and the poet. 7. Keep desiring her but never needing her. Want her. Crave her. Touch her like she's still new. But never need her to feel whole. Why? Because when you start needing her emotionally or sexually, you put her above you, and that destroys polarity. Let your love be free, not forced. Let your desire be strong but rooted in self-worth. When a woman feels wanted, not worshipped, she becomes fully alive with you. 8. Own your shadows, don't project them. Over time, your woman will see all of you, the good, the bad, the pain, the power. What matters is how you handle your darker moments. Do you hide your shame behind anger? Do you project blame instead of owning your wounds? Do you run from your fears instead of facing them? A real man faces his shadows, heals his pain, and takes full responsibility for his emotions. That kind of emotional honesty and maturity creates deep respect and fuels intimacy at a soul level. 9. Keep sex emotionally and spiritually connected. Sex is not just physical. It's a sacred act of emotional bonding, surrender, and deep polarity. To keep her sexually drawn to you, stay emotionally connected. Maintain masculine-feminine tension. Learn her body but also her soul. Touch her mind before her skin. As you both grow in love, let sex become deeper, slower, more present, not just an act, but an expression of the love you live every day. 10. Keep becoming the man she chose. In the beginning, she chose you for a reason. She saw something powerful. She admired something in you. She felt something magnetic. Your job isn't to remain static. It's to keep becoming that man and more. Stay rooted in your purpose. Stay grounded in your truth. Stay open in your love. Stay wild in your passion. Stay powerful in your discipline. When you do this, she will continue to fall in love with you over and over again, not because you chase her, but because you continue to grow beside her, above her, and within her. Conclusion. The final message to men. To every man watching, reading, or listening to this. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too weak. You are a builder. A warrior. A protector. A leader. Not of the world but of yourself. You don't need to fake charm. You don't need to impress anyone. You simply need to walk a path of power. Emotional strength. Quiet confidence. Purposeful living. Masculine leadership. Daily evolution. When you do, you will not just attract women, you will inspire them, ignite them, and earn their lifelong admiration. Be the man who doesn't chase women because he's too busy becoming the man they were always waiting for. The end.